welcome to the Wedding Reporter podcast. Today we have Deanna Delia and Jake Luttrell, and they just got engaged right here in Nashville, and I cannot wait to talk to them. They are from Nashville, Tennessee, and they're both R&B musicians in a musical duo called the Luttrells, with new music coming out next month. By day, Deanna is a psychotherapist and a dark romance author, and Jake produces beats and works in creative digital marketing. They say they met over 3 years ago on a night out on Broadway, and the rest is history. They enjoy frequenting new restaurants, local happy hours, and going on adventures near and far. And they both have big dreams, and they plan on taking over the world together. Welcome, you guys.
Hi.
Hi, thank you.
Hi. Cheers.
Cheers.
Yay.
I don't know if people will be listening to this off screen, but we're holding champagne glasses, and that was that.
I love
cheers
it.
sound.
They can hear the clink.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, so let's start from the beginning. I kind of said it, but how did you guys meet? It was 3 years ago and on Broadway. Was it like a wild night, or give me all the scoop?
So he had lived here for 8 years in Houseman, New Jersey. I wanted to move to Nashville. I would always make jokes about it and so my friend Hallie paid here just to visit. I had this sort of opportunity. We were staying with a friend at Prairie. And I, was nearly 6 months. Then the first time I loved on, and I was trying to fuck her all summer. And I was trying to find like a cowboy, and now I'm thinking about the song. So near cowboy, what's
That's so good.
Now look at me like. And the friend that we were staying, Michael, was a good friend of Date's, and he wanted to introduce us. He was like, "You're both start writers, give it a chance." And I was like, "I'm not interested in a singing musician." But how it used to be, I just,
Oh no, you can tell. That was skinny.
even
That's hilarious.
Yeah, and you just set up loads that happened anyway, and they kind of bombarded us on Broadway. I thought I was hero. And he won me over a CD.
Which is amazing because one, she mentioned I was skinny, and then two, I like long hair. For the people who can't see us, I have short hair right now, and I look much better. But I had like hippie, long hair down to the shoulders, and I must have been extra charming that night. But yeah,
That's awesome.
Very Nashville, right on Broadway, happening.
Yes. Is that how the story went for you too, Jake? Pretty much on par with what Deanna said?
It is. It was very. I was nervous. I don't know if Deanna was probably having a hot girl summer. It was very strutting about. I was having a lonely boy summer, and I think I was able to translate that nervousness to actually getting to know her and just being myself, which I immediately recognized that she enjoyed that versus trying to be someone else or what have you. But as far as how the night went, I think it's what she said. Friend of a friend, and right off Broadway.
That's awesome. Yeah.
And with
I messaged my sister saying I'm gonna marry this girl within like 2 weeks, and she said, "Slow down, you're insane."
Wow.
And I was like,
when
look
you know,
at this
you
picture
know.
of her.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Oh, that's so cool. All right, so you said you guys are both dark writers, is that correct? So can you explain a little bit more? I know, Deanna, you said you write novels, is that correct? Dark romance?
Yeah, I make dark romance novels. I think I really did poetry.
Okay.
And then he writes songs, and we have a very similar writing style.
That's
super
cool.
like brooding, double entendre, your whole psycho.
That's fun. I love that. That's like so cool and different too, I think, especially with like songwriting and what you guys are doing together as musicians. So that's awesome. All right. So that was 3 years ago that you met. Take us a little bit through your relationship and then how it ended up with the proposal.
Yeah, I take that. So as you mentioned, we're long distance for maybe 3 to 6 months in that initial part. I think the key, she was in New Jersey, I was here in Nashville, and we were spirit airing. Every weekend, 2 weeks. and then like falling asleep on FaceTime, all in the long distance,
yeah.
sappy-ish. And but one thing is we never stopped talking. Like we were just texting nonstop.
That's
And I
amazing.
think maintaining a long distance relationship, that constant presence while not being present is huge.
Yeah.
So we're doing that, and then she moved in with me in Nashville, and my apartment went from a little to like bachelor pad and barren walls to all of a sudden handsome life.
That's so good.
And then came the proposal. Having
Oh.
cats, big part of our life.
Cats, yes.
We have 2 cats, Lemon and Luna. Lemon is a tuxedo cat, and he's our baby. And now Luna is she's a tortoise. She's just our creepy cat, and that's our tortoise. So
oh yeah.
all right, we love Luna, but yeah, she's definitely our little creeper.
That's so fun.
Yeah, and so fast forward, after loving having lived with each other, I had ideas for proposing, and we make music now together, but at the time I was releasing music alone, and I had a song called My Red Wine, and so I proposed at Arlington Vineyards, which is perfectly along the lines of that song.
Yeah.
And so I staged a music video, and the whole point of the music video was to record a music video, but to propose. And
gosh, I love this so much.
Getting choked up talking about it. But no, it was a way to get a photographer out there without her thinking about, oh, this is it, because if I had built up this music video and all of her friends are coming out and there's cameras, if it were for anything else, she'd be like, that's a proposal.
Right.
Photographers coming to the vineyard,
I love that
instead
idea.
of just like, hey, let's do a photo shoot at the vineyard. She'd know right away.
Yeah.
So I staged it, had this music video, and that is out now, My Red Wine, and you can see the proposal at the end.
Oh my gosh.
And, but it was just, we actually did film a music video. The whole point was to have everyone out there, to have a beautiful place to propose, and then have our professional photographer come through without her even batting an eye at her setup. And
seriously, to top it, it was perfect musically.
Oh my gosh.
Because we were still hanging a steam and he had a little tackle quizzle. I think you can hear me in the video. Is this real? What are you doing?
Is this for real? Or is it acting? Yeah.
I had thrown so many wrenches into her mind that it was happening later too. She wanted it. I think
I know, I have literally no idea. Yes, I have no idea. Figure out, because when I look back, there's so many signs. I actually like the dumbest boy in school. I just didn't figure it out. I talked to him. If I was pretty hungover that morning, I wouldn't have been hanging on after we said besides, I think after that my grade just wasn't for.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. That's awesome.
Yeah, we had the music video. If you haven't been to Arlington Vineyards, there's a big hill. At the bottom is the tree line of the wine plants. And we had all of our friends at the top of the hill. And I said, hey, let's walk down with the photographer to the wine plants to get a cool shot. Yeah. And that's, and I set up a camera, like a film camera myself.
Yeah.
And I captured it on video, and the rest is history. But she had no idea.
Perfect. I love that. That was brilliant on your part to make it a music video, because that's like the perfect cover up and the perfect thing for what you do already as a musician too. So what's the plan for Deanna? Were you the love interest in the music video, or was it pretty much camera was on Jake and then he called you over sort of a thing to be on the camera? How did that work? Oh, okay. I love that.
I'm not sure there's a super huge plot.
Okay.
Also could have been a clue. But
so you were already in the video. You knew that you were gonna be it. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And I had a bunch of digital cameras that I distributed to my friends, and I just go crazy. And run around Arlington drinking wine, and
Yes.
we'll just compile to put it into a fun video. But at some point, that's called professional. We tear it down to the tree line and do it.
That's so
It was
cool.
so funny. All of her girlfriends were like just before that, we're doing her hair and all this stuff, but extensively. And I remember after she was like, "Why is everyone prodding me right now?"
Yeah. You're like, trust us, you're gonna want this. That's so awesome. All right, so you guys got engaged. That was a couple months ago, right? At this point?
That was in October.
October, okay.
Probably in July.
So,
yeah, that's fall.
So did you guys like hit the ground running with wedding planning? Like right after you got engaged, did you take a little time to just enjoy it, or like what's kind of been the process from when you first got engaged to up till now, and with vendors and planning and everything?
Yeah, we actually we started planning pretty quickly. I feel like my hot take is that planning is actually not as hard as a lot of people make it out to be.
That's great to hear.
Yeah, I know the hot take.
Yeah.
But I feel like it doesn't need to consume you. And the biggest thing is getting the venue. And I talked to a lot of my friends and my sister who were married and had more like lavish weddings too. Ours is not, but you know they know everything. You know, and it can give you all the info with the things to ask venues and essentially just lock down a few. If you can get an all-inclusive venue, if you can get a decent price per hush, that's all that matters.
Right.
So we immediately started looking at venues. You know, also because we got engaged in October, we wanted to, you know, looking at venues in the winter when we were getting married in the spring. We wanted to see what it would look like if we're not totally then. So we started going in November. We saw, I think, three or four, but the last one, we liked each one more and more. And then the last one that we went to, we liked the most, and it was the best deal.
That's great.
And all that, and you can talk a little bit so part of the band if you want.
Yeah, I can talk about the actual place that we chose. It's called Barn in the Bend.
Oh yeah,
it's in Madison,
so pretty.
Tennessee.
Yeah.
And it overlooks. It's it's very Nashville, like farmscape. When you walk in, the altar is positioned on an incline, so it overlooks like a cliff. And
That's
that
so
cliff
cool.
looks into rolling hills, like super green. And of course, the day that we visited, it was like beautiful sunset.
Oh.
But then their package and all-inclusive package, etc., was really amazing too.
That's awesome.
Big dance floor as well. And one thing we had for venues was we want the dance floor to be almost circular, surrounded by chairs. We've been to some weddings where it's like straight on. The chairs are set up straight on, and people can't really see those first dances or special dances from the back. Whereas this venue, you could set up with sort of that everyone can see what's happening.
That's so cool.
And then it has a stage, and I think I'm gonna play a couple songs.
Of course, that's awesome. I mean, I feel like that is a given when looking at a venue. You're like, is there a stage so we can have some musical moments there?
Oh yeah,
yeah, for
so
sure.
Our East Coast family, you know.
Oh yeah. Are you going to hire a band or do a DJ or kind of do a mix of both? And I know you said you're gonna perform.
Yeah, we're gonna do a DJ.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, and I think the fans can be super cool as well. But I can use need the most perfect wedding for the most elegant wedding. I want the most fun wedding, the most good wedding. So I feel like you just play some Usher.
Oh yeah,
some Usher.
Definitely.
The songs for sure. So he's having us, but so yeah, cheers to that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. All right. So who have you hired for your wedding team so far? I know you have the venue. You're looking at a DJ. Is there anyone else that was like pretty pivotal, like photographer, planner, or anything that you're like, oh, I'm so glad that we have this nailed down now?
Yeah, the venue comes with everybody, even. It comes with photography and engagement photography, which is super cool. And we haven't done it yet. We know exactly what we're gonna do, so we're excited. But yeah, it comes with a photo booth. It comes with the DJ. It comes with 3 options for food. And then if you like that it doesn't come with this alcohol, which I realize and not one of our families that can't understand what that's about. But all of it
I know, it's like in the South, it doesn't always compute, right?
Yeah. Yeah, because they do a lot of dry weddings.
Yeah.
And yeah, so that's kind of the thing that we'll be doing. We have a lot of personal touches that we'll be doing ourselves. And then our officiant is our best friend, James. I love
that.
Yeah, I know he's the like roast us a little bit.
Oh,
Shout
yeah.
out
That'll be
James.
fun.
James and Mola.
Oh, that's going to be so fun. I love that. So, how would you describe your wedding style? Do you have like certain decor colors or anything that you're like, okay, this is like going to be our vibe?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I'll take that one. So, yeah, so it's in the spring, so it's in May, and I definitely wanted to do, it's a very green place, so I wanted to do green and white. Originally it was forest green, and then my mom started sending me olive green stuff, and it was like, I'm super Italian, I'm from Jersey.
Yeah, me too, I love it.
Oh, yeah? Yeah. So, I feel like having the olive tones and olive blood, and then, maybe some like olive branches, olive leaves as centerpieces and stuff like that.
That's
but also do a little bit for the flair.
I love
but
that.
Other than that, it's a barn, so it's super, super Nashville. Even, all of the pictures of the wall, all of the artwork, it's here in Nashville, very Music City. And they have a lot of personal touches as well, like the turkeys for cards and presents.
So cute. I love that.
They said it, I guess, the having ways that they've referred that people sign.
Like a vinyl.
Yeah,
oh, perfect.
Yeah. And then I wanted Lucy Giggs to create off the centerpiece, a little vinyl with either a song or an album name on it that reminds us of everyone at that table.
That's so cool, and like such a meaningful touch too. Like it's not just like something funky and different for decor, but it's like has meaning behind it. I love that. That's really cool.
It's like a conversation starter too.
Oh yeah.
Like weddings are awkward as far as just people going to them. They might not know certain people, so I feel like that's a great. Oh, do you like this person or read that table? Then
yeah, for sure.
You're why did we get passion?
Yeah, like are we the passion table?
That's hilarious. That's gonna be so fun.
Yeah.
That's the way that you can roast your friends back after you get roasted during your ceremony. Be like, wait, what is this random song that makes them think of me?
Go sit back at the vanilla ice table.
Yeah.
Go sit back at the Imagine Dragons table. I love them both, but
yes, totally.
We're just throwing eggs out.
Oh yeah, I love it. I love it. That's so fun.
Super, super, super music themed. Even Mountain does growing up with a lot of ballad that he and I an original ballad we recorded. And again, let's we'll see that on please.
That's so special.
That needs to happen, but yeah, we're on it.
Yeah, super music-centric, super Nashville with them.
I love that. That's going to be so cool, especially like for all your guests who are traveling in Deanna, like from the north. It'll just give them that like Nashville flair and to just like really intake the culture of our city, and then also have like the family heritage aspect too. So that'll be really fun.
Yeah.
I just want to point out as well that our wedding planner's name is Jackie Daniel.
Okay, Jackie Daniels.
I mean, Jack Daniels, Nashville.
Totally, yes. That's perfect.
He's going to be a bunch of our family, and I just think that's...
right? Like, is that a real
Thank you, Jackie.
No, that's
Shout
gonna
out,
be
Jackie.
so cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool. I love that. That's such, like... I mean, you can't plan that, right? So as far as like being engaged, what has surprised you guys the most so far?
A lot, honestly. I feel like once again kind of just the fact that I feel like wedding planning isn't as hard as I was told it would be. Again, that also has to do with finding an all-inclusive venue. And we definitely did our research to find one that, was super affordable. and like the fact that it just doesn't need to consume you. That being said, I feel like the month leading up to the wedding is going to be so much because of like all these personal touches that we've had, and you know, we acquire our own alcohol. We're gonna have games like beer pong during happy hour, or
Oh,
what is
so
it called?
fun.
Cocktail hour.
Yes.
So all of these things I feel like are going to become super stressful leading up to it, but so far it's been easier and less stressful than I thought.
That's great.
Yeah, I also, like, it's so funny that I'm really, like, right after I'm not engaged, a lot of women that I'm friends with started reaching out to me all of the time, you know, and asking me questions, or, you know, asking me to hang out when I come back to New Jersey, and they're all women who are in long-term relationships but aren't engaged. It almost felt like they thought that, like, the engagement was contagious.
Yeah. Like, how can I make this happen for myself? Because it happened with you.
Off on them. Yeah, which was so funny. But yeah, was anything surprising to you?
I think people like coming to you with so much wedding knowledge. Also, people who aren't married yet. Like people who before had not talked to you about any of these plans. You know, like they were more focused, which makes sense. You go from engagement to engage, but now that it's done and that people know it's done, people surprising just the amount of people who aren't married too, who know all about weddings, are like, oh my god, gotta do this and this. This was the most fun wedding I've been to. Do this.
Yeah.
And then also just how many relatives I have.
Right? I know. Yeah. What's your guest count looking like here? Is it bigger than you're wanting?
150 is our number that we're looking at right now.
That's a good number.
It's small. Also, we have a lot of people, like, most of our family, so he's from Connecticut as well, so people are up north or scattered. So we were careful to only invite people that we thought really were going to come.
Yeah.
And also only people that we really like, you know, not just people that are, you know, your great Aunt Mildred's best friend's husband.
There's no hate to our great Aunt Mildred's best friend.
Yeah.
But it truly is once, she's the best. But once you have that number, and you know, you're like, oh, that's a pretty big number, like 150 people. That sounds like a pretty big event. And then you start going through everyone who you know pretty much to do it. And you're like, oh, we actually do have to be somewhat selective as far as, you know, that family of 25 people.
Yep.
That those relatives who you haven't seen in 18 years. That's another, you know, tons of people to consider. So, yeah, definitely part of the process. But it also, you know, it's a fun one because you get to think about people who you haven't thought about in a while, and you just get to almost unravel the family tree.
Yeah, right? That's so like, true.
Whoa.
That's a great way of putting it. Yeah, and it is the sort of thing where it's like, okay, well, I have a cousin here that I would like, but then I have this other cousin that I haven't talked to in a while, but they're like kind of on the same level family tree wise. Like, do we invite that? It's like this whole, you're right. It's untangling all this family stuff from over the years to figure out like who do you actually want on your day to be there and celebrating you. And so it can be tough with all the family dynamics, but it seems like you guys are really pushing through and doing what you guys want to do. That's the most important thing because it's your day.
Absolutely.
So
for sure.
Yeah, putting all the drama aside for sure. All right. And then did you guys do another engagement session, or was that counted as like what your proposal was, like as far as the photos go?
That was so we had our friend JC Robbins, who's a photographer. She took the engagement photos of the actual proposal.
Okay,
but then we're gonna have an engagement shoot.
Okay,
and we're thinking like 1950s.
Oh,
renting out an old car, like an old Thunderbird or an old Corvette. Any Corvette past the 80s, I hate and it look good. But before that, the old ones are really cool. That's I'm not even a car guy, but that's like car PSA.
I love it. Yeah, I'm with you.
And I don't know if you drive one because that would be
No,
horrible.
I don't. I have a mom van, like,
Okay.
so no offense taken here.
No new Corvettes. But the old ones, 1950s kind of James Dean style as
Oh,
far as
cool.
our engagement shoot goes, and that's again included in the package. Right, so
That's
so we'll do
great.
it with them through the venue, and yeah,
Perfect.
that's our idea for that.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's going to be so awesome. You'll have to send me the photos. So after this episode, I'll post it all on my blog, and then we can sprinkle in some of the photos from your engagement shoot and
Nice,
credit your photographer and everything. That'll be really fun. So
Yeah,
that's so
amazing.
awesome. This is, I feel like, it's already been so helpful for our listeners to just like hear about the planning process and everything that you're going through. It's really great. So we can end on, do you have any other advice for couples who are going through this process?
Yeah, I would say, have fun with it. Don't let it consume you. And also, like, if you're ever going to put up boundaries with the time when you're wedding planning, because you really need to prioritize pleasing yourself and not pleasing everybody else, because it is your day and you need to honor yourself, and no one else's opinions matter. They really, really do. So yes, please yourself as a bride. Please, make sure that your groom is pleased. Awesome. And they having a group that's involved, and
I love that.
wedding can be in that.
Yeah, for
It's very
sure.
important because, they want to say sometimes. So yeah, just make sure that as you understand that it is your day and that your feelings, your opinions, and your preferences are all that matter.
Yeah, I think that's so great. And yeah, I think especially probably since you have a psychotherapy background too, you're going about this in a very healthy way. And you know how to set boundaries and everything. And just having that background of having the dynamics with everybody, just with your knowledge on all of that, I'm sure is a big help too. And so yeah, take it from the Luttrells here. They know what they're doing in the planning process, and they're not getting too stressed about it. So definitely take a page from their book when you listeners, and if you're watching, if you're planning your wedding, definitely. So
Oh yeah, and thank you to the listeners.
Yeah,
all who are
of
listening.
course.
Thanks.
Yeah. Thank you guys so much. This has been so awesome. And
Thank you
yeah,
so much.
I
Thanks,
can't wait to
Alyssa.
release this. Have
So
a good
fun.
one.
All right, appreciate
All
it.
right, cheers.
Later, Alyssa.
Bye.
Thanks again.
Thanks for tuning in to the Wedding Reporter podcast. I hope you learned a little bit and had fun today. To find more resources and podcast episodes, visit NashvilleBrideGuide.com for more information. And as always, click the subscribe button and leave us a review. Until next time, I'm Alyssa DeChico, signing off.